Morning, folks. Thought I would start this video off by just saying I'm in full screen. I don't know why I just fancied full screen just to start the video. Um, Yesterday was a pretty good day in the lab. I think we're on day 5 now. Day 5 of the daily updates. We'll switch to what you can see right now, which is a little clip from yesterday. Trying to include like at least one clip for you guys. It's interesting. So as you can see in the currency tab, we managed to move from 10 exalts to 13. 3 of those exalts came from a Star Conjures enchant, which was Scourge Arrow fires an additional pod at maximum stages. That went for like 8 exalts last league. I managed to get 3.5 for mine. I think I could have sat and waited it out and got a little bit more, but I wanted the currency. So that's the first real big enchant I've had all league. So there's been a lot of back and forth on Reddit about how enchants are really hard to hit and it's broken. But honestly, if enchants weren't rare and they weren't as rare as they are, there'd be no point in me running the lab. And then if there's no point in me running the lab, it's a real good piece of content. It changes daily. It changes daily. It's always different. There's good days. There's some days that are really good for enchants. There's some days that are good for keys, which means loot. There are some days that are just bad in general, and there are some days that are good for full runs but not good speed runs. I think it's got a big chunk of variety, and if it got messed with, it would be it wouldn't be the best thing. I think the lab's a really stable piece of gameplay. And that's why I choose to play it, because I enjoy it. It changes daily. Each day is different, and it's stable. You don't make huge chunks of currency, but you do make 2 or 3 chaos a run, and if you can be bothered to put in the grind, it does pay off, and I think that's fair. So after I made about 200 alchemy orbs from selling maps and gems. I've started selling stuff in alks. You know, people say like the lab's broken, you make too much currency, but if you want to sit and do 2 alk trades for 7 hours straight, be my guest, mate, because that's what I did yesterday. And let me tell you, it wasn't the most fun thing. I definitely would have been preferably mapping as I look how long my hair is, because I need to tie it back. So, as we discussed the piece of content that is the lab, I decided I would treat myself. Yes, that's right. I would treat myself, and I would go ahead and purchase an Exile. So we sold some gems, we sold a few jewels, we found, because obviously you get a box of jewels, found a couple of jewels, and eventually made about 200 alks, 150 chaos, 3 exalts, and other stuff. And I bought an Exile, and I went to 5-link it. Now, obviously, you know it's going to get 6-linked if I'm posting this. So you can see here, they were all up for 150 chaos, the Exile. I went for 100C low ball and just bought one. So 100C, I was like, that's decent. It gives me 10k damage right off the bat. And, you can see this is kind of like where the currency racks up, but also you have to be online to sell and you have to catch the right people. So you can call it, OP, broken or whatever, but little things like this all add up. 2 sacrifice sets for 7 chaos. And, a sacrifice set, it's not the most rare thing. You might get 1 a run if you've been very, very lucky over the course. But yesterday I did like 30 labs, and I ended up with like 12 sacrifice sets, and I sold those. Like I said, you know what, I've got 12 sets left, and sometimes people just want to buy them, and you just say, all right, then you take the lot. And I think it was like 2:30 a.m. and he paid like 38C or something, and it all adds up, and that's where the currency's been coming from. Just these trades where sometimes somebody will buy a gem and then they'll say, oh, do you have a faster attacks gem? And then you'll be like, yeah, sure, that's 4 alks, and then like you sell the alks, and it's a long-winded process, but I find it pretty chill. Just put some tunes on, farm a set layout for a little bit, chat in Discord, and I find it pretty chill and I enjoy it.
So I end up selling all these, and then I figured, you know what, I've basically made back half of the disfavor money, because I wasn't sure if I was going to use the disfavor. Currently I'm on blood magic, I've got grace, and if I take off grace, which I would need to because I'll be no longer, you know, basically a big soul taker where you don't need mana, I might not be as tanky in the lab, it might not be as good. So I was trying to find that balance of, should I be a little less tanky but have more damage so I don't need to tank as much? We'll see how that goes. So I put it on, I figured, you know what, thanks, sold those, figured, you know what, I'll go for the 5 link. I've got 130 fuses because I've not really spent anything this league. So trying to spam click as fast as you can, because, you know, I do find when you spam click stuff, it does tend to happen often. Look how much my mouse is moving around like a wizard, and I start to go slow here for a 5 link because I just wanted a 5 link. There's no way I needed to spend 6 exalts on a 6 link. It's just completely overkill for the lab. And I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? I've got 90 fuses, and I've definitely got some jeweler orbs that I'll be able to remake my 5 link. I don't have to buy any fuses, so I don't have to deal with trade. I'll just spam click these 90 and see what happens. And lo and behold, I was like, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And boom, I used like, you know, 81 fuses there, and I got a 6 link. I had like 9. I think I said in the guild chat I had 12 left. I actually had 9 left. But yeah, 80 fuses. And then all of a sudden, I could sell that for 6 exalts, and then I've got 18 exalts. Now, I'm pretty tempted to sell it for exalts, but what I have gone and done is, I can show you now, when I log in, is I've sort of rejigged the build. So again, these are just update videos for people that are interested. When I show you how the build's going, I can show you a little bit of progress that we made, because I think I might end up playing Slayer in the late game, or at least getting it to do all maps. So what I've gone ahead and done is I bought a Devotos, and because my armor and evasion converts to armor, it's actually like a 1000 armor helmet, so I actually gain a little bit of physical damage reduction from the gain a little bit of physical damage reduction from the helmet. Now this is my old helmet. It's actually a really good helmet, to be honest. Like, the Enduring Cry is really nice. I might miss that because this now doesn't have an enchant. But honestly, having Enduring Cry, it's got now, because I realised I could craft max life onto it and armor and evasion. It's now got 2 res, it's got 140 life and Enduring Cry. I think it's a pretty nice little helmet for labbing. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use the Devotos or this. We'll see, because this does give me about 500 more life if I take out this, because I currently can't use. Basically what I've done, to stop waffling, the Devotos gives me a shit ton of dexterity, so I can get rid of a dexterity node, but I go from 7k life to 6.5. However, I'm hoping that the movement speed and the general quality of life it gives me will be worth it. If it turns out I'm dying in the lab, I'll just put this helmet back on and I'll map with the Devotos. So there's the 6 link. I'm probably not going to use faster attacks. I'll probably use damage on full life or something like that, because I'm Slayer leeching. So have to change that up. So yeah, we've got the Zeriacs, the Devotos. I found these boots. I managed to buy these boots. They give me 30 move speed. So I've lost a little bit of life all over the shop, but I'm now at 75k damage instead of like 50k. I think I was 50k buffed up. Now I am 103k. So I've doubled my damage, which should realistically alter my clear speed to be a lot better. And obviously I get the +2 range and stuff. Now I might need to do some things like quality of flask, get some new flasks, but honestly this is like okay for me. I can take the belt off as well if I change helmet, but with this I could I guess what I was thinking is my two options are, and you can tell me if they're good or bad, put this helmet on and then wear a Wretched, which gives all your damage leached as chaos damage to the enemy, or wear a Devoto's in this belt. I could maybe get a better belt, but I just thought I'll wrap this video up now because it's gone on a little bit too long. That's what I've made. Also, I found a nice jewel yesterday. I found, where is it? Where's the jewels at? Jewel. Where, like this jewel here is actually bad. I didn't realize I even had this jewel. I could change it. Where are my jewels? Hello, game. Yeah, this jewel. I found this 5% attack speed, 7% attack speed, maximum life, and maximum res. So that's like my ideal jewel, I think. Maybe instead of the res, I get fizz damage, but for now, I need the res. So I'll probably look to upgrade this one, but I believe I don't seem to need the int actually, so I can get rid of the int. So that's definitely upgradable today. This could be 2% more max life. And yeah, I just thought that's how it's been going. Hope you're enjoying the league. Catch you guys later. Peace.